So did I just say in my previous video that Chelsea is going to lose to Atlanta? I think I said in those lines that, but I for a moment thought that Chelsea it's going to be two to Atlanta and one to Chelsea. Maybe I didn't say it in the video, but I felt like that is going to be the scoreline. The scoreline was exactly like that. Chelsea lost yet another match. So for the last four matches, though we played well against Arsenal, we have lost to Leeds. We have managed to draw with Bournemouth. Leeds and Bournemouth both were struggling in the Premier League. We still managed to get only 1 point over there, and now we have lost to Atlanta. In the Champions League, we have next up Everton, who are playing very well right now. David Moyes and his team is playing very well, and so we are in a situation where we're going to talk all of a sudden within within roughly 2 weeks of beating Barcelona in the Champions League. Is Maresca good enough? And this is the same thing we talked about, the same topic we talked about last season around this time. And right now, how soon or how later will Maresca getting the sack? So let's start talking about it. You guys let me know in the comment section though. I keep telling you guys about that. So from my point of view, this is going to be an interesting thing to talk about, is what we actually really think of Maresca is going to happen right now. Last season in December, when things fell apart for Chelsea after we had a great time, and many of us, a lot like this season, thought that we are very close to winning something, Maresca was unproven. So he was a very good young manager, but unproven manager. But he didn't get the sack. Most of us Chelsea fans, including me, are saying that he need to be sacked. We need to get somebody more senior, somebody more experienced. But the Chelsea ownership, the Chelsea directors, they did not sack him. So this is the biggest point for me. Right now, we're still having a crisis and we might have a lot of matches we might not win. However, right now he has already won trophies with Chelsea. The that other trophy, the third tier trophy in Europe, and then obviously the Club World Cup. When you win a couple of trophies with a team with Chelsea, if Maresca was not sacked last season when he had no trophies, had no pedigree with Chelsea, do you think right now that he has won a couple of trophies with Chelsea, he will be getting sacked by the Chelsea ownership? No, this is not going to happen. So all of you, even for me, to a certain percentage, who thinks that we need to get rid of Maresca and we need to bring somebody else, maybe even Maresca to a certain extent might think that I need to get out of here. I mean, there were talks that Juventus is looking for a new manager and maybe are interested in Maresca. Maybe Maresca is my thinking of going back to Italy in the future. But that's not going to happen. I don't think, unless we have a lot of bad scores and we cannot win a single match from here till mid-January or something, or end of January. I don't think Maresca is going to get sacked. And I'm telling you, we are going to play Everton, we are going to play Aston Villa, we are going to play Newcastle. They are in a better position right now and a better form than Leeds and Bournemouth. And I'm pretty sure out of these three matches, we are going to get some points here and there. Maybe obviously a draw, most likely, but who knows? We might make a win from here and there, and things will again look a little better. It's not the true picture, and that's the problem with Chelsea. And see why some of the Chelsea fans are a little frustrated that this season we have not really played well. As I said, in one of the matches we had 71% possession. I think it's against Leeds or Bournemouth. I think it's against Bournemouth. I think 71% possession and only two shots at goal. I think it's in Leeds, not Bournemouth. So either of those two matches. So that is a very big point. We won against Brighton, I think, a few weeks ago. We beat a couple of other teams, but it didn't look like we were a team which can beat them. It looked like Brighton had a chance. Maybe just we got a little lucky. And that has been how this season has been. We have got 25 points. By the way, same number of points Manchester United is having right now. They have the same points right now. But here, the Manchester United manager is stated that he's one of the worst managers and he's having a very bad season. On the other hand, we are saying Maresca is having a brilliant season just because we were able to beat Barca and we got draw against this Arsenal side, levels. But I feel at this moment, the likes of Emery, well, I think in a couple of years I've been talked about it from time to time that someone like Emery might do really well at Chelsea. He has got the experience. He has won quite a few cups. But the problem is, I don't think the Chelsea ownership will go for someone like him. Even David Moyes would have been great. There was a time, long time back, when there was a chance that maybe Roman might appoint David Moyes as a Chelsea manager. It didn't happen, but it could have happened. So I feel at this moment Maresca is one of the worst managers. If you look at the league, though we have won some matches in November, it shows that the style of play we play is not good enough. We have a lot of possession, but we cannot do more than that. We cannot just go out there and make the possession count. And so many of these matches, we end up goalless or we might end those matches at a loss. That happens recently. But as I said, with the Chelsea ownership, with could have sacked Maresca last season in December. They gave him time. Right now that Maresca has won trophies, there's no chance he's going to get sacked unless we don't get any wins from here till maybe in the next 1 month. We got lots of good matches coming in. We have Bournemouth at home at the end of this year. We have Man City at the start of the year, start of the next year. So unless we lose all those matches, we drop points like here and that. Unless that happens, I don't see a sack is coming. If there is a sack that happens, it will only happen in summer. They will evaluate the situation. If we finish in the top four again, then there will not be any sack. But if we go down and we struggle from here till May, then obviously a sack will be imminent in summer or depending on what are the results are. So for those of you who want Maresca out, it's not going to happen at this moment. Not from this ownership, it's not going to happen. We are not Roman Abramovich ownership anymore. Now the second thing which I said is our game plan is so bad. It has not really improved. That players really don't look great. And some of these players might leave Chelsea. That is the biggest concern I have. That because of this, whatever is going on, some of these players like Enzo, and some of you might say, who will want to leave, they can leave. But that's not how it works. There's some really genuinely good players in our team. If they leave, it's going to be cost us because we have to then bring other players and a new manager. We already have a decent side. If you bring a good manager in, he can win us a trophy. This is what happened at the same time with Frank Lampard and Tuchel time. Frank Lampard said that the team is not good enough to compete, and 6 months down the line, Tuchel took them to the Champions League win. And we had this more or less the same team. We had some old experienced players, and right now we have some good players as well. So it's not that the Tuchel team, the team that Frank had, which Tuchel inherited, and the team right now we have is a lot difference in terms of talent. I think this side is more talented than that 2021 side. I think this has much more promise, much more young players, much more promise in it. So if a good manager comes in, Luis Enrique style manager, I know that's not going to happen, but I'm just saying, Emery, for example, he can turn things up, and who knows, we can get very close to winning something. With Maresca, that's not going to happen. Even if we win some matches, I feel that we are going to struggle overall, and we have to be lucky to win those matches here and there. One goal here, one goal there. Not that we are not going to play well. There will be some matches. I'm pretty sure in the next 3-4 matches we'll see the one of matches here and there we're going to nick it and we'll look like, oh, we played better. But that's not the overall picture. The overall picture we are missing is we are not improving under Maresca, but the ownership doesn't have the balls. They don't have it to sack the manager, especially there now that he has won a couple of trophies. It's not Roman Abramovich that he will go ahead and sack Roberto Di Matteo after winning the Champions League, though we very well knew that the players won it, but still not giving anything to Di Matteo. So, anyways, I, for one, for many of you who think that Maresca will be out, not going to happen. I'm going to sell this boat. It's going to be a tough time, just like last season, last December. But what to do? I hope and pray that things work out for Chelsea in the next few matches. We get some points, we get some wins, and we go back and we continue because trust me, nobody will want his team to lose, and that should not be the way any Chelsea fan should think about. But I just hope and pray that Maresca get things right and we come to a winning ways going forward in the next matches coming up. What you guys tell me in the comment section, what you guys think. Are you Maresca in or Maresca out? See you guys. Bye bye.